Mrs. Wilson. Hello, Mrs. Wilson. Ow. Oh, am I getting too old for this? Hey, lady, you here? Got a bill that needs paid. Oh, what have we here? Well, what we got here is a cookie. And then we got a check. Oh, here we go. A check all made out, all signed. But no amount put in there, huh? Maybe she wants me to put the amount in, which I have no problem doing. Oh boy, except this is a lot more than she thought. Oh boy. Have another cookie. Goodbye, Mrs. Wilson.
That's a sticky situation, isn't it? What would you do? Well, you might be thinking, no problem, just fill out the check yourself. You won't have to haggle with the customer or listen to her whine about price. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Let's say you do fill in the amount from the job ticket on the check. Then you go to deposit it, only to find that the customer put a stop payment on it. What do you do now? Well, you could call the customer and say, we need payment on this bill. And how do you think she'll respond? She'll say, I didn't know it was going to cost so much. I wouldn't have had it done if I knew. I'm just not going to pay. And you know what? You won't have a leg to stand on. Now, it may not be very common that someone just leaves a blank check for you. More often, they'll leave the check with a child or a neighbor, or they'll simply give you a credit card number over the phone. Well, these situations can be just as risky. Sure, they said their neighbor can write the check, but did they say the neighbor could write it out for the amount of the job, no matter what it comes out to? Did they authorize you to charge an unlimited amount to their credit card? You can't accept payment or bill a credit card until you speak to the person with authority to approve the price and pay the bill.
Yeah, okay, the bill comes out to $665, so you want me to charge it to the credit card number you gave us? No. What do you mean it's too much money? No, I already did the work. You got to pay it. No. Well, no, then I'm just going to have to charge it to the credit card anyway, because I already did the work. What do you mean you're going to dispute it? You can't dispute it. What?
Well, Rocky had the right idea, but he called the customer just a little too late. I don't think I need to tell you how much money can be lost on calls like that. The text time, wear and tear on the truck, and tools, you know the kinds of costs involved. It's just not good business to do work that you aren't compensated for. That's why you never should begin the job until you've given the customer a quote. If the customer isn't present, call them after you've made a diagnosis and get their approval on the price before you do the work. Now, the best thing for the CSR to do to prevent these situations is to always ask, how will you be paying for this service when our technician has completed his visit? This question not only confirms the type of payment, but also lets the customer know that you'll be expecting payment at the time of service. It gives her the opportunity to let you know if she won't be home. Now, if she says someone else will be paying the bill for her, or she'd like to pay by credit card over the phone, be sure to get a phone number where she can be reached. Let her know that the tech will be calling her with a quote after the problem has been diagnosed. Asking the customers how they'll be paying also helps you smoke out third-party billing situations. The customer might say, actually, I want to have this bill to my landlord. Well, it's not uncommon for the landlord to pay for service to his building, but then again, he may not have approved this particular service. You don't want to get trapped in a situation where the tenant says it's the landlord's responsibility and the landlord says it's the tenant's responsibility, and meanwhile, you don't get paid. You must confirm with the landlord before proceeding with the job.
Okay, now will you be paying by cash, check, or credit card when the technician completes his visit today? Oh, I see. And what's your landlord's name? May I put you on hold for a minute while I see if I have this information on my computer? Great, thanks. Hi, I'm sorry, we don't have him listed. Can I get his number so I can verify that he'll be responsible for the bill? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Hello, is this Mr. Robinson? Hi, my name is Susan. I'm calling from Mike's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. I spoke with one of your tenants, and she said that you...
So if the landlord confirms that he'll be in charge of payment, then he becomes the person with authority to approve the job. If he won't be at the house when you're on the call, he's the one you'll contact with a quote before proceeding with the service. All of this should become routine. Find out who has the authority to pay the bill, make sure you'll be able to contact them if they won't be home, and get their approval on the price before proceeding with the work. You'll have fewer unpaid bills and more revenue for your company, and as you know, everybody benefits from that.